everybody, to another episode of The Movie Social. We're your hosts, Ricky and Steph.
What up?
Today's episode, we're going to be doing a spoiler review of the new Jordan Peele movie, Antebellum. Alright, it stars Janelle Monáe, and boy oh boy. Put your thinking caps on, glue your glasses on tight, because you're going to need to watch every second of this to fully understand it.
Agree. I'm gonna just jump into it like quickly.
Go right on ahead.
Personally, compared to Us and Get Out, this was a step underneath that to me. Personally, yes, because Get Out and Us to me makes you think more, and it makes you like, okay. But then to this, it got like once you put the pieces of the puzzle together, it doesn't take long to put the pieces of the puzzle together. So I'm not gonna get into it. I'm just getting into the parts that obviously affect me. When you start seeing the outside world, technology, tattoos and stuff like that, jewelry and stuff like that, and what we thought was the slave age, start making you say, "Oh, what the hell? What is going on?" But then you say, "Oh, okay, I understand." And then what really caught me was the premise. What I mean by the premise is the thoughts of the white people going after prominent black people in the community to make them slaves.
But there was a reason for them going after them, because they were making too much waves and too much noise.
Yeah, and that concept, I'm not gonna lie, that was a great concept.
Honestly, I think that this is based on a true story, in my opinion, because given the nature of this world right now, this is the perfect time for this movie.
Now, truth be told, the reveal was lackluster to me, simply because it was like, so all along, this was basically, these people was basically trying to reenact slavery.
I mean,
it was a civil war. It was a civil war reenactment, and they were just going that deep, killing people.
No. So this is the whole thing. They use the site of a civil war reenactment to hide and conceal what they were doing.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's the thing. So everybody that was coming for the Civil War reenactment didn't get to see and interact with the slaves completely, because they had it where the slaves were afraid to say anything or do anything, because if they did, they thought they would be killed. And so by doing that allowed them to control them, 2, to profit off of this, and 3, to try and keep the rest of the world docile towards coming together and joining forces to fight this oppression, which hence was the whole reason why they started kidnapping them, because we were starting to mobilize, come together, which we need to do now, which is actually happening now. As you can see right now, the government has now declared some of the biggest cities in New York, Portland, and Seattle that have had the biggest protests and riots going on as anarchist cities, just to try and defund them. Because why? They're trying to change, just like how in the movie.
It was just wild. Like, that was just my opinion. At first, and here's my one critique of the movie, I didn't like how it went from being a slave to her falling asleep, hearing the phone.
I actually loved it.
The reason why is because at first I was like, wait a minute, did she just wake up a free person, like in a new age?
But see, that was the whole point. It wasn't supposed to reveal the nature of the whole movie.
Yeah, so pretty much what happened was the middle of the movie technically was the beginning, and the beginning of the movie was the middle.
Yeah, and then you had the end.
Yeah,
but you wouldn't see. They wanted you to think in that way that, okay, this is back in that time. In my opinion, that it was back in that time before we had all the freedom. Well, the so-called freedom, before slaves were free, in the middle of the Civil War, and then flash forward to modern day time. But see, what had me start getting suspicious was when they brought in the new recruits, And she said she recognized her, and she quickly shushed her, tried to shut her up because she knew that she did recognize her because she was famous. Mm-hmm. But you didn't get the full picture of that and essence of it until the middle.
So what also threw me off, and then I'll let you tell your thoughts of what scenes, was remember when he branded her, right?
Yeah.
And then it flashed forward not fast forward. It went back to the past essentially in our eyes, and she was holding her back. I was like, "Wait a minute, huh?" Confused. So I was like, "Okay, wait." But then you finally put the pieces. You're like, "Oh, okay, I see what's going on here."
Yeah.
Like I said, compared to the other two, this was a step below it, but it still was pretty good. It was solid. Scene?
Personally, me, I think this all fits right in together with each one.
I definitely agree.
You had him trying to escape the mindsets of these racist white people and get his freedom that way. Then you have with this one, her literally being oppressed and kidnapped because she's towering over these white people and breaking it down. But if I had one issue with this movie, it was the actual scene where she was kidnapped. Who in their right mind? Well, I'm not going to say that because people have still been doing this today. Mm-hmm. You do not get in any vehicle without confirming the driver. On the app, it shows who your driver is. You confirm who the driver is. I'm looking in the window of the car. I want you to roll down that window. I'm looking at your face, confirming and saying the name and have you confirm the destination before I step foot in the vehicle.
Not only that, every time that me and my wife get in an Uber
I'm always checking
or
license
Lyft,
plates.
Yes, I'm looking at the license plate. What she'll do is I'll say license plate is this. I'll give her the last 5 or 6 numbers or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. She'll confirm. She's like, yeah, that's it. All right, cool. Mm-hmm. She didn't confirm the license plate number.
She didn't confirm nothing.
No.
Until after she was in the car and it was too late. And then what really made me mad was, okay, you bit him, you kicking and screaming. Take that shoe that you done kicked off and stab him in his eye with it. You'd had a chance and then try to break the glass. Yeah. Your friends is over there partying right next to you in the vehicle next to you. And then nothing. I'm like,
Yeah.
But honestly though, this movie had to me shown Janelle Monáe's level of acting that she's actually has grown as an actress. Now, yes, she's also played in a few other things, and I believe Homecoming on Amazon Prime. She's also played in that, and that probably has another dynamic to her roles. But of course, we haven't watched that yet, so it is what it is. This is my opinion on this one. It was phenomenal, though. I would definitely recommend you guys to watch this. And Jordan Peele, keep them coming. Keep them coming.
I would recommend watching it. As I stated, it's to me. Again, this is just my opinion. It's not on. It's a step below Us and Get Out.
Now, before we go, did you watch Us and Get Out in theaters?
Yes.
And see, that's probably why. I'm gonna tell you, that's probably gonna affect your opinion on this because you didn't see this in theaters. Seeing it in theaters adds a whole nother layer to anything because the sound, the submersion of
the thing is, in the darkness. Theaters, I get that point, but this movie made me think, all right? But those movies had me questioning anything and everything.
I mean,
to me, this was, I'm not gonna say cut and dry.
I mean, he had a clear cut vision and a clear cut point to get across in this.
Correct.
So,
and that's the difference compared to the other two, where even after the movie ended, you were still questioning many parts of the movie.
I mean, the only one I kind of questioned was Us. Get Out, I always thought had a clear cut point. Get Out.
So the reason why, I'm not going to go into it deeply, but there are so many things you can question in Us, so many more.
Yeah,
things.
I agree. Us was the one that left more people puzzled than anything, and I think this shouldn't have had that kind of effect. No,
it was definitely good. Once you put the puzzle pieces together, that was it. You just knew, okay, what was going on. But I mean, all in all, it was still a good movie.
Definitely great. It's worth the 29. I'm sorry, the 19.99.
Dear Lord.
I'm sorry. I'm still stuck on Mulan here for a second.
$29.99. I wouldn't watch it.
It's worth the 19.99. Hey, I would have paid the 29. I wouldn't pay for Mulan though.
I don't know about that.
But let us know your thoughts and opinions on this movie in the comments below. We really want to know, what are you guys thinking about these movies? What is your thoughts on our channel and our reviews? Let us know. Whether you like it or not, don't forget to subscribe if you do like the channel, and also give us a thumbs up. Until next time.